Okay, I am here today to tell you about distracted driving. Well, 4 years ago, my family and I were all sitting around in our living room, and the phone rang. So my mom went and answered it like she always does, and it was one of my dad's friends from work. So my dad then took the phone, and he was on the phone for 4 to 5 minutes, and we were all just looking at him, and towards the end of the conversation, he had a very shocked look on his face. So after we hung up, he informed us that one of his best friends was just killed in a car accident. Now, we found out 2 days later that it was due to drunk driving. He was going down a road where the speed limit was about 30 and there was a sharp curve, and he was going in excess of 70 miles an hour and completely overshot the corner and rolled 4 to 5 times. That was the first time that I had really ever been exposed to what distracted driving can do, and it really inspired me to find out more about this subject. And thousands and thousands of people are killed each year due to distracted driving, and that number is on the rise due to increased technology in vehicles and increases in cell phone technology. And I'm going to tell you about distracted driving through informing you about drunk driving, cell phones and driving, and technology in vehicles such as GPSs and other new syncing devices where you can sync your iPod and phone via Bluetooth. And I'm going to start the one that's near and dear to my heart and the one that's been around for the longest, and that's the most common, and that is drunk driving. Nearly 33% of all accidents today are caused by drunk driving, and that's about 10,000 people nationwide per year. But this number has actually been declining from 2007 to 2008. The number actually decreased by 10%. This may be because law enforcement agencies have been really cracking down lately on drunk driving, and our education system is really informing us that drunk driving is a huge problem. It was found in 2008 that 75% of all drunk drivers were not wearing their seatbelts when they were killed. This is probably because they were not aware that they were not wearing their seatbelt. So obviously, if you hit a car, your chances of survival are not very good. And although drinking and driving is a huge problem, the next big problem is that technology and cell phones are becoming a huge distraction to people, and nearly 30% of all traffic fatalities today are caused due to texting and driving. But a lot of people have the assumption that it's only teenagers and young adults. Like you always hear your parents say, get off your phone, but it's actually been proven that it is actually even throughout all age groups, that we all text and drive, anywhere from the age 16 to 45 to 50. After that, you don't see a lot of texting, like 60-year-olds, they don't text a lot. But it's completely wrong to assume that young adults and teenagers are the only ones that do it. And along with this technology boom, a lot of car companies have been putting technology such as built-in navigation into the dash, and a lot of people have handheld GPSs that mount on the windshield. And just 10 years ago, a GPS was a simple little handheld device you take into the forest and mark your coordinates for hunters and fishermen so they can mark the spot and come back a year later. Today, it's not the case at all. You can be driving down the road and it'll tell you where the closest gas station is, it'll tell you where to eat, it'll tell you where to sleep, it'll even tell you where the closest Walmart is. And that's a problem for drivers because you're clearly going to want to be on your GPS or down here, wherever it may be, and you're going to be punching in where you want to go. Now, if you have a passenger, it's not that big of a deal because you can have them do it for you. But a lot of people today are driving alone, so you're going to want to be distracted. But car companies are also trying to help with this driver distraction, so they've made it so you can sync your iPod or sync your BlackBerry, sync your Android to the car computer, so that you have your controls on your steering wheel to control your iPod. That may help, but at the same time, you're still going to want to be changing the song on your iPod to get to your favorite song, or change whatever, or read a text. But in conclusion, there is some that is being done, but it is still a huge problem in America. Tens of thousands of people are killed each year due to distracted driving, whether that may be drunk driving, cell phones and driving, or new technologies such as GPSs. Technology may be doing a lot of good for this world, but at the same time it is causing a lot of problems on America's highways.